Sri Matre Namaha, Sri Ramaraksha Sarva Jagatraksha. Before getting into the topic, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel so you motivate us in bringing out this sacred content to you all. I'm offering a paid consultation or guidance service through email. If you want to avail it, you can mail me at VIBEHIGHWRITES@gmail.com. And also, there's a good news for you all. I'm trying to also include the call consultations or counseling if you guys need it, but I'll tell you when it will start very soon. Okay, so you can, let's take it like step by step. So you can, as of now, the email consultations are available. If you want to contact me through email, you can do that. And also, if you want to have the call conversations with me, let me know in the comment section below, because most of you have asked me that how can you guys talk to me, or how can you directly talk to me and ask your queries and all the long questions, all those things. So that's why I have decided that now we'll do the call conversations also, like I'll take a counseling sessions for you. And also, I've noticed that there in my previous videos, I myself have told you that in the Kundalini awakening process, sometimes it will be very difficult to analyze whether it's a medical problem or it's a Kundalini awakening process, because it might look very similar, but there will be so many distinctions, right? So you might not be able to analyze whether it's a medical problem or whether it's a health issue, or it's or you are really going through a Kundalini awakening process. So it's difficult to distinguish. So for if you any of you are facing these problems, that it is getting difficult for you to distinguish between the Kundalini awakening or any physical or medical or mental health issues, you can contact me also for that in the call conversations whenever we are going to do that. Okay, I'm going to take the counseling sessions for you. So now these counseling sessions will be paid. Charges will be applied on whether on what kind of a problems you are facing and all those things, and what kind of advices and suggestions you need. So if you want to contact me, so before only you decide on what topic you're going to talk, okay, because there are so many things will be happening in the Kundalini awakening journey, because I myself have gone through it for so many years now, right? So pick up one thing, one issue, or one topic, or one question which is bothering you a lot, and it will be easier for both of us for to resolve that issue or to resolve that problem, or to help you in the healing also. It will be easier for me. So pick up one thing. Otherwise, what will happen is, if you mix up everything and come to me, then you will yourself will not understand what you have to do, and you will not yourself will be very much puzzled up with all the things you have. I know there'll be so many things going on with you in your Kundalini awakening, but then be patient and just pick up one issue or one topic, or something which is let's work on a priority basis. Something which is really very much bothering you and you want solution for it, you can try out the paid consultations of email, and also the counseling sessions which I'm offering through the phone call. Okay, soon I'll be offering the counseling sessions, and also I'll announce when I'll be starting the counseling sessions for you. So if you have any issues regarding the Kundalini awakening, or if you want to know if it's some medical issue, or if it's some Kundalini awakening issue, you can contact me. Because in my own journey, I've noticed that the world in general, I mean, even the medical professions, they won't be able to solve so many issues which you have, which will be like a more of a Kundalini awakening things. It will be like, you might think that it is a medical issue, but it won't be a medical issue, and no reports will be abnormal. All your reports will be normal, but then you will be facing those problems, and most people will think that yeah, you are just doing some time pass, or you are just pretending to be ill. But I know the pain. That's the reason why I thought that I have to offer the helping hand to you all guys. So it's better to let's discuss and be the service to those people who really need the help, because I've seen it, I've noticed it, how they when you in the being a Kundalini awakened person, when you go to the medical system, how they will treat you and how they will label you. I know everything, right? It's not their problem, it's not their mistake, because they are seeing in a 3D lens and 3D eyes. Okay, so now, because I belong to a medical background, so because we know how difficult it will be, so you might need somebody who understands both the 3D system as well as the who themselves are in the Kundalini awakening journey. So if you have those issues, then you're most welcome. You can take the call consultation with me. You can book your counseling sessions, okay? And also, if you have any Kundalini related issues, if you have any inner work related issues, shadow work related issues, you can contact me through email or the call, okay? And I've made so many videos on inner work and shadow work, even by watching all my videos, okay? I'm saying it frankly and openly with you that even if you watch all my videos and also the shorts, you will get a lot of clue about the awakening journey and also the inner work, shadow work, because most of the things I've offered for free on my YouTube channel, because I know how it feels like. I know the amount of help you need in this journey and in this process, because as an act of service, I have already gave you a lot of information, a lot of knowledge, a lot of solutions on my videos only, okay? In my videos only on my channel, in my shorts, I have gave you a lot of clues. It just you have to be in that alignment, right alignment, then you will get those shorts, then you will get those videos very nice. Then you will be like, you will have a click moment, you will have a tube light moment. Yeah, this is a solution for it. So do check out my channel. There are so many solutions for you. Just if you follow this channel, just you watch and go through all the videos, you will get a lot of clue about your ascension journey and also your awakening journey. You will nicely do your inner work. I know most of the people are charging a lots and lots of money for inner work, and I don't know how many, like they are taking out so many courses and all these things. But seriously, I'm telling you, if you I've done all the things, like most of the things by myself, and also I've shared what I have done, I've shared my knowledge, I've shared my experiences, I've shared my solution. So if you consistently follow and if you keep on repeatedly watching my videos in shorts, you will get a lots and lots of solutions for all most of your problems. I'm not saying all, but most of the problems will be resolved, okay? After you do that, you will yourself comment in the comment section that yes, after you watch some video of mine or short of mine, you got the solution for your problem, okay? So if you are somebody who is in the Kundalini journey, if you are somebody in the awakening journey, spiritual journey, or if you need inner work or twin flame, if you are in the twin flame journey, if you need inner work guidance or shadow work guidance, you can subscribe to my channel. Also, you can, if you really have some kind of a thing for which you want to talk to me, you can book a email consultation or the call conversations, okay? So that's what about the entire thing. And now let's talk about the Rishi identity of consciousness. So now this Rishi identity of consciousness, some years back, what happened is I have made an entire series about the Rishi identity of consciousness, but then I had to delete that entire series. Why? Because during that time I was like I was in dual minds. I was, a part of me wanted to share about the Rishi identity of consciousness because I've already gone through a lot of things and lot of downloads, and like I've shared everything about the Rishi identity of consciousness. But then the part of me was like, it was all about my purpose. It was not not about the knowledge, or it was not about the sharing, hesitating to share, not like that. But then it was about the purpose. I was having my own questions, like there will be only few people, I should make something which will be useful for the larger amount of people, something like that. Or I thought that maybe this is not required. There are also some people who commented in the comment section of the Rishi identity videos that they were very grateful for the information which I have shared, because it was very much helpful for them, right? So I have also understood that there are, like, yes, there are so many people who are like going through the Rishi identity of consciousness activations, and also they are like a living Rishis living in the 3D earth. But then I've got the idea after what they comment, because I can identify who is what. Like I can nicely identify, I can, with the words, with the energy, I can identify and I can tell that who is what, who is vibrating in what level of consciousness. It's not because the level of consciousness, why I'll tell you why we are talking about the level of consciousness. It's all related to your purpose, because every level of consciousness have their own responsibility. Now I'm getting the goosebumps. Okay, so every level of consciousness, it's not like you are in this level or that level. It's just that your soul evolution. Most important thing for this is your soul evolution. You might think, oh, this person also, how this person is Rishi, all these things, but you don't know from since how many lifetimes they are doing this, since how much hard work they have kept in put into all these activations and ascension and spiritual awakening journey. You really can't judge anybody because you don't know their past, you don't know their background. So you might think that, okay, how can this happen, how can that happen, etc., etc., but then lots and lots of hard work goes into all of these things. You might not know. I myself have wondered that what is it. Sometimes some of us might not be that spiritual before your awakening journey, but suddenly you will be like awakened, and so many things will happen to you. You yourself might assume that, oh, how can this happen to me, and you are not at all spiritual your entire life, and how can this happen to you suddenly? But it's not just suddenly, it's just that your time have come, your divine timing have come, and you have done all those things, the work which is needed for being where you are in your past timelines. That's the reason why you are where you are right now. So those people have those people where they have nicely commented, and they were grateful for what I have done, the work, the knowledge which I've shared about the Rishi identity of consciousness. But I have deleted it. I'm really sorry for all those people that I have deleted it, because I knew that it was helping others. I could see the witness, and I could see the confirmation also, because of the loving my Rishi family. They have nicely commented, and they know the pain. They have understood the things, and I understood by their comments and conversations that they're also going through the same things. But the thing was that as I told you, I was having dual minds, that I felt like this is not needed. Why should I post this? And I was like hesitating, because that it was a new knowledge, right? So in internet everywhere when you see, so I was afraid about, because afraid that it was very unknown to people. So whether like, should I do it or not? I was in that kind of a mindset during that time, because everywhere when you see on the internet, in so many spiritual communities, people usually, a lot of people, they will always talk about the 12 trick grid. And now I'm not talking about the fake ascension teachers, I'm talking about the real original ascension teachers, okay? The ascension teachers who are genuinely teaching, doing the ascension work, okay? So they are also, like, most of them, they talk about till most of them, when you see on the internet, they talk about, either they will talk about the 9 dimensions, or 7 dimensions, 7 chakras, or 9 chakras, and then they will talk about the 12 chakras, right? So this is like a pattern. Most of the people, they always talk about all these things. But I have not seen anybody, like, there are very few people, countable number of people, they did talk about the Rishi identity of consciousness in different ways, and in different coded form, even in our country. But then I've not seen this kind of a thing generally in the public. So I was really very scared and worried, because this was something very new to me during that time. So I was like, why should I do this? Like, should I post it or not? Like, even after posting, I was like hesitating, like, oh, this is very new, this is very new. So always what is happening was, whenever I'm supposed to do something, I am feeling that, okay, this is very new. This is I've not seen this anywhere. So if I'm the one doing it, like, I feel really like, should I do it or not, or is this right or not, or like, is this right divine timing or not? Like, I had like so many questions about myself. That's the reason why I had to delete it completely. I had to delete the entire series completely. So maybe divine always chooses the right divine timing, as you all know, and I always post the things in the right divine timing. So maybe I felt like, okay, let it be. It's like a rehearsal for me. Okay, sometimes when you do something, like, for example, if you're practicing a dance, when you do a rehearsal for a dance, maybe you are doing very nice in the rehearsals, but then, after the practice, you will become more perfect, right? So same thing, that was also a very good thing which happened. Everything which happens with us is like, for a very good reason only, okay? I have experienced it myself in so many situations now in my personal life, and also the purpose which I'm doing, okay? So what happens when you continuously practice, what will happen? Practice makes you perfect, right? So the same thing, the knowledge which I had during that time, and the content which I posted during that time, that was good. But then now now the thing about the Rishi identity of consciousness, it became refined in me. Now the knowledge might be a refined kind of knowledge. It is like more refined knowledge. Okay, that was okay, that was fine. But then now, I think now I will be able to explain you more clearly and more in a refined way. So I'm really grateful if you like the content and if you're resonating with the content and all the rishis out there. I love you, my rishi family. Okay, Rishi Rishika family, Rishi Resha family. So in this video, we'll try to cover the entire thing about the Rishi identity of consciousness. And if something is left behind, you can comment in the comment section below. If you want to add something, you can comment in the comment section below. And if you have any questions and queries and what all the after listening to this entire video, if you get any queries, if you get any questions, you can comment in the comment section below. And if you want to ask me personal questions and personal consultation, you can contact me through email. My email id is vibehighwrites@gmail.com, and call conversations or call consultations, I'll make it happen maybe soon. Let's just leave it on the divine timing and divine will. If divine wants that to happen, that will happen. Okay, so from few days I'm getting a downloads that now I have to open up the like a portal for the serving others more, a little bit more. So yeah, let's see how it goes. So this was all about the thing which happened before the what all happened in the previous thing. So now there is shared identity of consciousness. Before we, let's just understand, okay, I'll tell you what all activations will happen during the Rishi identity of consciousness. But then before the activation part, let's just talk about the core concept of what is Rishi identity of consciousness. Okay, so and then also I'll talk about we'll divide it into three parts. Like first I'll talk about what is this kind of a consciousness and what will happen in this consciousness. Okay, and then we'll talk about the don't worry, I'll talk about the avatar and other also identities which are there, other levels of consciousness, other harmonic universe consciousness also. But just now I'm getting the recent downloads about this, so let's just finish off this and then we'll talk about the other identities also. You can comment in the comment section below if you want me to talk about the other identity of consciousness, what all will happen in that process, or what all activations will happen during that process of or that time period of consciousness. Okay, so you can ask me if you want to know about any specific identity of consciousness and what all things will happen during that point. Okay, so after listening to this entire thing, you will get a lot of clarity about not just about the Rishi but also this ascension process, how the process itself will happen. Okay, so that's the main thing. So first we'll talk about the what is the core concept, what is a Rishi actually is, how what will happen and how they will be, how the behavior will be, the personality archetypes, all these things. And then we'll cover about the twin flame couple, like a Rishi Resha couples and what all they have to do, and then the activations part. And if I miss anything out and if I have to add anything and if there is any other things which I want to talk about, I'll make do a continuation series. First, this is like an introduction of, in this I'll cover the entire general things, and then if I have to mention, if I get the downloads about the specific activations and the further things which I have to tell you all, I'll do a other video about that. Okay, so now the Rishi identity of consciousness, the Rishi and Rishika. In India we call the Rishi Patni as Rishika. Okay, the Rishi's twin flame or the Rishi's counterpart, we call them as a Rishika or Rishi Resha. In some spiritual communities, they are like Rishi and Resha. So now these Rishi and Resha, first we'll talk about the personality archetype. Who are these Rishis? Generally, in the if you are from the Indian background, you will get a lot of clue and it will be very easier for you to understand, because in already so many Puranas and Bharatas and in so many places in the history, they've already talked about the Rishis. Okay, so these Rishis, they live in the Rishi ashram. So they live in the Rishi ashram. They have a separate ashram for themselves. And like in the olden, olden past or olden days, or in the old, timelines, there will be like a separate places for kings. Okay, there will be king archetype. There will be a Rishi archetype, and there will be a god archetype. There are incarnation archetypes. There are so many different archetypes. So these Rishis in the history, what they used to do is they have if they have a king or kingdom and all these things, and also they have a Rishi ashrams where they and the normal people who are in the Grihastha ashram and all these things, right? So these Rishis, they are they live in the not, it's not like a if somebody is a rishi identity of consciousness, they're just rishis and they're just doing the tapasya and all these things. Not just that, but they also have, they are rishis plus they are grihastis also. They are like some rishis who are, they are two different types of rishis first of all. So some rishis, they are like, they dedicate their entire life for just tapasya, and they go into mountains and they leave off everything, and they just do that. Okay, so now here I mainly focus about the rishi, the grihastha rishis. Okay, the grihastha rishis. So this thing is majorly like this thing I want to focus about, and this is the thing which most of us now in this Kali Yuga, now most of us like a grihastha rishis, because if you are a twin flame and a rishi and you come under the grihastha rishi. Now what is this grihastha? Grihastha means somebody who are with the counterpart, and they are also living in the worldly world, and it's like a 3D and also 5D. So they are managing both 3D and 5D. They are not just giving up on everything, and they're just not going to mountains and places and forests. They are not going into an exile, and they're not just doing only a spiritual work, and they're just not doing the meditations in tapasya and wanting the liberation. There are some who have done that and who have been doing that even in the Kali Yuga, and also in so many yugas. Okay, in olden past histories, they are like mentioned very clearly, and they have a very distinctive and a story that when you listen to the story, you will easily understand that they are rishi. Okay, but now here in the Kali Yuga, the things are a little bit modified and slightly changed. Now you will have a different little bit of modification. So that time when the actual rishis were there on the earth, so their timeline, and when you compare to their timeline and also the now the rishis were coming, the percentage of the things they're doing is like a decrease. Like that is like a real hardcore kind of rishi. Now there are so many modifications, because every yuga there will be a modifications according to the yuga style. Okay, there will be some modifications about the identity of consciousness also. So you cannot be like a rishi of that yuga. For example, in Satyuga there are so many rishis, right? So you cannot be a rishi of Satyuga living in a Kali Yuga. So you are the rishi of the Kali Yuga. The Kali Yuga rishi will be different and slightly modified, slightly stylish, and slightly adjusted with the rules of the Kali Yuga, and they play within the rules of the Kali Yuga, and they are like a modified rishis of the Kali Yuga. So the Satyuga rishis are different. So they are suited for that time, that timeline, that yuga, and that facilities and that culture and that style, and everything will be like that. So here you can't expect like a rishi wearing that saffron clothes and same looking like a rishi, how they'll so show in the TV serials and all these things. No, there'll be like a more normal people, but then their consciousness is like that. Okay, the consciousness there in this Kali Yuga, they'll be like a normal, they'll be looking like a normal people only, they'll be doing everything like a normal people only, but their consciousness is different from the normal person, and you cannot easily identify that, yeah, this person is this and this person is this. So sometimes the rishis themselves then don't know that they are rishis. Okay, so it's just like their internal world, they are going through so many changes, but then in the outer world they'll be like a normal people. Okay, so that's how it happens. And I know already, as I told you in the beginning, that they are rishis actually existing in the tree right now, but they are not like a fully, like they are DNA strands also, which I have to talk about. So they are like different DNA strands, right? So till 48 DNA strands, I'll talk about that also. So now we are like in this time period, we are not like fully activating your DNA strand. We are not completely activating our DNA strand. The full activation of DNA strand happened during the different yugas. Now what we are doing is, we are activating the substrand of that DNA strand within the 12 DNA strands. I'll explain about this concept also in the future videos, so you will be very much clear with what we are doing right now. Okay, so now it can be confusing for you. Now it can be, you might have so many questions altogether. Just hold on. So I'll make sure that I'll be, whatever I am talking now in this video, I'll make sure that in the future videos I'll explain about all of the doubts also which you have. So for example, this DNA strand concept I'll explain in the next video, where I'll talk about the DNA strands and also the substance, the full activations of the DNA strand, everything about that, right? So now here we are activating the substance. So we are now, it means that we are able to connect with the rishi self of ourselves, right? So this is how it works. Now you are able to connect with the ascended master of yourself. So it's like, so somebody is a full DNA activated person. So they'll be like, in olden days, the stories, the past histories, how they'll be shown, they'll be completely like that. They'll be modified completely. But here, what we are doing, I told you, in our yoga, we are like modified rishis. We are like, certain changes have been made, and certain styles and certain different things have been made according to what is suitable for our yoga, our generation, our timeline. It all depends on what period we are in. Okay, in this time period, whatever is necessary and how much ever is necessary, only that much we are doing, not extra, not more, not less. It's just the way it should be. We are doing that much. Okay, so here it is like a substrand of that the original DNA strand. I'll talk about that when we talk about the DNA strands, right? So here the DNA strand topic is also very important. If you listen to all my videos, if you subscribe to my channel, and if you hit that notification bell so you don't miss any important videos like this, then you will understand what is all this concept is going on. And somebody who is the first time listening to this, they might think that what is going on in this video. But if you follow me regularly, you will understand all the things very clearly. Okay, so all the concepts very clearly. So here suppose I've told you about the DNA strands, I'll talk about that later. So now here how it works. Now, in olden days, when you see that there are so many rishis who were there in the previous yugas and also the previous timelines. So what these people when they do, if you notice these literature or books or scriptures or the TV, in the TV serials also, there are so many clues when you see them, what they actually do. For example, the Narad Muni. Okay, he's a rishi. Muni means rishi in our language. Okay, so what he does, he like transmits the information from one place to another. So you see his role very clearly in all the movies and all the serials which you take. What he does, he actually is directly connected with the divine. That is the first thing. So the first quality of the rishi is they are directly connected with the divine. They are the intermediates between the divine consciousness and also the human consciousness. They are like a bridge. Okay, the bridge word very aptly suits with the rishi identity of consciousness. So whenever you this is also an activation. So it's not just like, so this is one more quality. I'll talk about all the qualities of rishi. So one quality of the rishi is like they are the messengers. They are the intermediates between the divine and also the other people. Okay, so divine and devas, or the divine God, the source consciousness, and also the divine beings. Okay, so they are like divine feminines, divine masculines, and devas and asuras. So all these rishis are, they are like the intermediates between the two. Okay, so they are like 2 points. They are the bridge between the 2 points. So this is the number one quality of the rishi. So if somebody is holding on to the rishi identity of consciousness, or somebody is activated their rishi identity of consciousness, so the main purpose is like they are like a bridge. So whatever the downloads which comes from the divine, or whatever the divine wants them to do, they will do that and transmit that information from the divine to the other people. So other categories of consciousnesses. So this is the work of the rishi. The first work of the rishi is that they take the information from the source, and then they transmit that information to the other levels of consciousness, or other identity of consciousness, or other personality levels, or other dimensions. Okay, so they transmit that information from the source to other dimensions. So now this is the first quality. So now here this in the first quality, so this rishi identity of consciousness comes into the fifth harmonic universe. Fifth harmonic universe have made a video on 15-dimensional time matrix. If you did not listen to the 15-dimensional time matrix video, go listen to that, because without that you cannot understand this concept. You have to listen to the 15-dimensional time matrix video. It is a must for you. Okay, so now here the rishi identity of consciousness comes under the fifth harmonic universe. So avatar identity of consciousness, which is below the rishi identity of consciousness, which comes under the fourth harmonic universe. In fourth harmonic universe, it will be dimension 10, 11 and 12. So now this dimension 10, 11 and 12, I have made the complete series of DNA activations till the dimension 10, 11 and 12. What all will happen during the activations of the 10, 11 and 12, I have clearly explained in my videos. So go listen to that, because without that, the other things which are below the rishi, so you have to understand all the dimensions. If you directly jump into the rishi, it's not at all possible. It's impossible. Okay, so you have to get through all the dimensions. Why I'm saying this, you will understand in few seconds. So here you have to listen to all the things. Okay, so if the first criteria for you to be tapping into one consciousness is you have to activate the DNA strands. I mean, you have to activate the dimensions of all those harmonic universe. For example, if there is avatar identity of consciousness which comes under the harmonic universe 4, in the avatar identity of consciousness harmonic universe 4, they are three DNA strands, the three dimensions that are 10, 11, and 12. So you have to go through the activations of 10, 11, and 12 in order to start or get the initiation of Rishi identity of consciousness. Otherwise, it's not possible at all. So you have to finish from 1 to 12. You have to finish the entire activations of from the dimension 1 to 12. So for example, as soon as your Kundalini awakening happens, you will directly tap into the fourth dimension. Okay, fourth dimension. You will start the activations of fourth dimension because Kundalini awakening happens in the fourth dimension. Okay, so but the fourth dimension, but also you will be clearing the chakras of 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you want to understand the connection between the chakras and the dimensions, you can listen to my previous videos. I have explained clearly about that. I'm not going to repeat about that thing, right? So now here you have to finish the activations of 1 to 12, and then you have to get into the activations of 13th chakra, 14th chakra, and 15th chakra. So usually these are not chakras. Okay, these are like for the convenience I'm saying that they are chakras, but then you have to activate the 13th dimension, 14th dimension, and 15th dimension. So so after these activations of the three other additional dimensions, and then they are in between so many other activations which will take place. After that only you will be able to tap into the Rishi identity of consciousness. Before that, it's not possible to activate the Rishi identity of consciousness. And also you have to go through the Hova body activations. Hova body activations are also must. You have to activate your crystal lotus heart and all the things. I've talked about crystal lotus heart and the diamond heart activations and the blue lotus, all these things in my previous videos. So do check out those videos, you will get a clarity. So in between the avatar to Rishi, you have to complete the process of all these activations. Then only you will be able to tapping into Rishi identity of consciousness. So the criteria for activating the Rishi identity of consciousness or embodying the Rishi identity of consciousness, this is the must thing. So you have to finish this entire criteria, and it will take a lot of years, okay, to complete this process. Okay, but if you cannot like say that okay, this 1 month you will sit down and you will finish out. No, it's not possible. In 1 month you cannot. Even if you are like in previous lifetimes, you are doing so many things, and I'll tell you one bigger secret of the Rishi thing in the last. Okay, not now. In the last I'll tell you. So even if you are doing like so many timelines, then also you have to start it from the beginning. For example, if somebody have done okay, not in the last, now I'll tell you and finish it off. Okay, so in order, the biggest secret is that is you most of the time, for one identity of consciousness only, it will take a lifetime. Okay, so this is like a bigger secret. So one identity of consciousness only, it will take a lifetime. It means what? It means that you have already done the different identity of consciousness in the previous lifetimes, and then in this lifetime you are just struggling to do and finish the process of one identity of consciousness. So let's understand with an example. For example, if you are a soul and you are an incarnate identity of consciousness, and then you are in this lifetime you are activating the oversoul identity of consciousness. Okay, so now the oversoul identity of consciousness is not just like a you are like oversoul identity of consciousness. You are not just doing it in the, one lifetime. You are not just doing incarnate and oversoul in one lifetime, or monad and then avatar in one lifetime. For example, if you have already done the harmonic universe 3, okay, let's say that you have already done in your previous lifetimes, you have reached till harmonic universe 3, right? So in the next lifetime or in the present lifetime, what will happen? Suppose say in your previous lifetime you have finished the heart till everything till the harmonic universe 3. So now in this lifetime, when you incarnate again, when you will be born again, you will continue from the harmonic 3 ending stage to harmonic 4 beginning stage. Okay, so like that you will be beginning the harmonic 4 beginning stage in this lifetime, because you have already completed the 3, and now you are harmonic universe 4 beginning stage, now the avatar stage, and no, you will be continuing the process of avatar activations in this lifetime, and to finish that entire process of one identity of consciousness will only take one lifetime. So sometimes it's, even if you do like isolate yourself, even your entire life, if you do tapasya, still it will take one lifetime to at least finish one identity of consciousness. It is that difficult. So people can think that how it's possible. So it's not like in one lifetime you cannot do everything. Okay, so you have to be patient and you have to openly receive and accept this truth. In one lifetime it's not possible to do whatever or wherever you want to reach. You cannot reach that if you don't have the previous lifetime backing. So that's why some people, you can see that they are like rishis, how they are doing it. So it's not just they are doing it one lifetime, they have done it so many lifetimes. That's why they are now here. So you have to understand this fact. So if you are starting from harmonic universe 4, in this lifetime you've already finished the harmonic universe 3, everything about the harmonic universe 3 in the previous. So now what will happen in this lifetime is you will again start from harmonic universe 1 only. It's not like you have done 3, you will start from 4 directly. No, directly you cannot do that. But the easiest and the most helping part in this process is, what you will do is, you go through is, you will in previous you already finished harmonic universe 3. So now in this incarnation, when you incarnate, you have to continue with the harmonic universe 4. But how that continuation happens is, you will quickly, as soon as you awaken, you will quickly finish off all the process of from harmonic universe 1 to harmonic universe 3 very easily and very quickly. Because why? Because you've already finished that in your previous lifetime, and the memories of those activations and the capacity to hold that activations is already within you. Your soul is worthy and have the capacity to hold that, because you have already done that. Okay, you already know that. That is the biggest thing. You already know that. You already experienced that. You have already been that. You have already embodied that. So that's the reason why you can easily finish off. You might see some people, some children, they are from childhood only, they are like very masters. From childhood only, they are like very high level of consciousness. How it's possible? Because they have already done so many things in the previous lifetime. In the childhood, when they come, they just carry what all they know, what all they understood, what all they have embodied. That's why it's easier for them. So same thing, even after you have done the things from the harmonic universe 3, but then because you have incarnated in a human form, because you have incarnated, you have to again start from the starting. Okay, everyone, no matter who it is, even the very divine soul, highly conscious people who are coming onto earth, they also have to start from the beginning only. Okay, from the harmonic universe 1 only, from the DNA strand 1 only. But the thing for them, what will happen is, because they have completed the process of the harmonic universe 3, they will be finishing the other things, like from 1 to harmonic universe 1 to 3 very easily, very nicely and very quickly. Okay, quickly compared to the other beings for their other souls for them. So for them it will be very quick, and they'll finish up those things very quick, because that not too quick, but yeah, simultaneously, comparatively, they'll be finishing all the process very quickly, because they already know it. It will be easier for them to finish off those processes. And that process also, it's like no cheating. You have to do every step, everything, like you have to do everything from the beginning, but only concession is given to you because you have already done in the previous lifetimes. Now the concession is, you are understanding it, and the process will happen very automatically within you very quickly, till the point you have already reached. For example, I told you, you have already reached in the harmonic universe 3 in the previous lifetimes. So till harmonic universe 3, as soon as you awaken, you will finish off all the processes very quickly, nicely, automatically, smoothly. Not so smoothly also, you will face some challenges, but then comparatively you can do it. It's like your soul knows that, and it will be like a very nice game for you. Okay, in the beginning I told you, practice makes somebody perfect, right? You've already practiced the dance, you have already know the dance. Now just you have to give the performance. You have gave the performance so many times. Okay, if somebody gives the same dance performance again and again, it's like automatic for them. Automatically, even in the sleep, they can do that. They know the steps, they know the mudras, they can perform very easily, right? Same thing, you have been doing the same thing again and again for so many lifetimes. See, I told you, every time you incarnate, you have to start from the beginning. Even in your previous lifetime, when you have reach the harmonic universe 3, you might have done it from the starting, from the first point to the harmonic universe 3. Okay, so see how many times you're practicing it. So that's why practice makes the souls perfect. Okay, practice makes the souls perfect. So that's why you are able to do the things very easily and nicely, because you have already done it so many times. You have started from the starting point in so many lifetimes, not just one lifetime. So every time you are incarnating, you are again starting from the starting point, and you are then reaching to one step ahead. That's it. Okay, one step ahead, and then you are closing, and then again in the next incarnation you are reaching more one step ahead. Okay, sometimes it's one step ahead, or sometimes it's like you are just finishing and closing it off, if it's a divine will or if it's a divine grace for you. Okay, it depends on you how your awakening journey will be. Okay, so sometimes, if for sure you will have some kind of a progression in your lifetime, and it depends on your awakening journey. For example, now in this lifetime, now we'll talk about it, this lifetime you are doing, now you have to do you reach to the harmonic universe 4. So what you will do here in this lifetime, you have to start from the starting, you have to start from the harmonic universe 1, and then you have to continue the process, and you will finish off that process. It might take some years for you, or it might take some so many years for you for to complete the process. Let's say like some years, and then you are finishing the process you have already done in the previous lifetime, and then you are starting the fresh of the harmonic universe 4. Now here, when you start from the harmonic universe 4, because it is new for you, because you have not done that previously, this part will take more time. This part might take half of your life, or your entire life, or my 2 lifetimes or 3 lifetimes, because this is the new thing, because already you have completed the 3, now 4 is a new thing for you, and this new thing again. So till you have completed, till the harmonic universe 3, it will be automatic fast speed, and you will catch up everything very quickly. You will finish it off very nicely. Okay, because you already know that, you've already practiced that very nicely. So for example, you have given the performance again and again so many times. Now you have to change the song. Now you are different song. Okay, some higher advanced level of performance you have to give. Again, advanced level of performance, you again have to practice for the advanced steps, right? So same thing, you have to again practice for the advanced level of things, right? So harmonic universe 4, when you're doing that, I'll just take the example, not just, it's not exactly like a 3 and 4, I'm just for example sake I'm saying that. Okay, so now harmonic universe 4, what will happen is, you have to start from the starting, and then it will be difficult for you to understand it, implement it, activate it, and go through the initiations and all the processes. Okay, so it will take some, maybe this entire lifetime or half of the lifetime. So mostly whatever the new thing you are starting, it will take like mostly one lifetime. Okay, in my personal experience also, one thing only I am doing, like for an entire lifetime I understood that only one thing I am doing. I'm not just doing like something very 2 or 4 consciousnesses, only one consciousness only. To so many, like entire half of my life is like filled with one consciousness only. It's not like I'm doing like something different. Okay, so from my own journey, I've understood that only one consciousness only for you, it will take like your entire life or half of your life. If you have that too, if you are doing everything, leaving your so many sacrifices in the 3D, then it will be like one lifetime, or entire lifetime, or half of your lifetime for one consciousness. Okay, so it all depends. Again, it can be different for different people. I'm not saying that this is the only rule. So anything can happen. Universe is infinite. I always believe in different possibilities and different infinite consciousness. I believe in infinite consciousness and infiniteness of the universe, the vastness of the universe. So whatever the universe wants, and whatever the ways the universe wants, it will do it. Okay, so I'm not saying that this is the only it, but then based on what I understood, this is the thing, right? Even after, if only when you sacrifice a lot of things in your 3D, literally a lot of things in your 3D, and you do like 8 hours of continuous, like everyday continuous meditation and all these things for so many years, then it's sometimes you might be able to finish one level of consciousness or one harmonic universe thing. Okay, so that's the thing. So you have to understand the things, and you have to understand the process, and be patient, because completing it quickly doesn't give you anything, or completing it slowly doesn't like, it's like you have to understand where you are, and you have to go through, act according to that. Okay, so if you want to complete that quickly, anyway ultimately you will be liberated. And if you want to complete it quickly, in that quickness, or in that process of doing jaldi jaldi, or in the process of finishing it fast, you might end up being confused, or you might end up being more messed up than rather than going in a very divine way. Okay, according to the divine timing. So respect the divine timing. According to divine timing you will go, you will be safe. Okay, the most important thing for you to be safe, right? So sometimes what will happen is, if you take a lot of things which you cannot handle, then you will be burned, right? If your pipe is like, if your wire is like only this much capacity, and if you put in a lot of electricity into that which it cannot handle, then the wire will be damaged, right? Your body, entire thing, like it's not you. First thing for you in your awakening journey is to be safe, and to understand where you are, and to know what you are, and to know your capacity, how much you can hold. And if you sometimes hold more than you can actually hold, then it will pour out. It cannot withstand the thing within you, the awakening within you. So it's always better to understand and go in your own pace. Okay, don't compare yourself with others. They are fast, they are quick, they are slow, they're bad, they're good, they're awakening, they're not awakening. Just leave all these judgments aside and just focus on your own awakening journey, because you never know from where the other person is coming. Okay, sometimes some souls, you can think that maybe their awakening is like going like a smoothly, slowly, nicely, happily. Okay, so maybe there are some new souls. Okay, they are going in their own space. You don't have to judge them. So first release the judgment about others and release the judgment about your own self. Sometimes you can yourself think that, oh, what is happening, nothing, no awakening is happening within me, like that. Or sometimes you might think that, oh, so much of awakening is happening within you and you want more awakening. So all these things, it's none of your business. It's not, it's just your mind, it's your ego. So leave all this ego aside, and then if you connect yourself with the divine pace, and then you will have a right awakening. This is my point of view. So you just leave about the opinions about your awakening, and just surrender to the process. This is what the main thing which I have to tell you. Because when you are in the sync with your own divine timing and your timeline, then the things will be very perfectly crafted for you. You already have a perfectly crafted awakening for you. It's just that you don't remember that. Okay, you just have to remember the perfectly crafted timeline or track for you. You just have to walk on your own track. You just leave about the other tracks, what others are doing. Just follow your track, follow your path, follow your divine timing, follow your own divine evolution or soul evolution. Then you will be in a right place, in the right timing, in the right direction. You will not be you will not be misleaded, or you will not be out of the track. Just follow and sync with the divine timing, your own divine timing. Then everything will be perfect and fine for you. Otherwise, you might end up with some dangers, or you might not feel safe, or you cannot handle so much and you will be frustrated, or you might be very slow, or sometimes like that. Sometimes what will happen is, you might be getting the awakenings, but then because of your own disinterest in the awakening journey, sometimes some people have the capacity, but maybe because they are more engaged in the 3D, or maybe because they don't want themselves to be that much awakened. Everybody have their own free will. Okay, divine also doesn't say that you have to be like this, like this, like this. They also have the free will. According to the free will of your soul, you can act according to that. So some people, they have the capacity and they have the awakening. They can do that awakening process. They can trigger in them, but just because they are very lethargic, or they don't want to know about this, or they are disinterested in this, or they just it might feel too much for them, or they want to engage in some other things, or they want to indulge in the 3D process, or they might be in the Maya completely. Maya has taken over them. Then they will be slowing the processes. Okay, if they are slowing the processes, then nothing is, just in the next lifetime they will continue from there where they have left. That's the only thing. The If they are like even after getting the, for them, what all I suggest is, even after, if they are getting so many things and so many information and so much of divine help, but still if they are not acting accordingly, and still if they are not showing interest, then what will happen is, they are just delaying the journey. So it's not too good to delay the journey. It's not I don't recommend you to delay your journey a lot, and also I don't recommend you to like speed up your journey a lot, even when you're not ready. Okay, so just act according to your readiness. That's the most important thing which you have to do. Because when you slow your journey, when you delay your journey, in the next lifetime you have a lot of things to do. You have so much more homework to do. So for example, if you don't do your homework today, and tomorrow the homework will be piled up, and you have to do the double the hours of homework which you have to do. You have to anyway finish your homework, and why not you finish your homework in the right time and right day? Then you will not have so much load on you. Okay. And sometimes if you take more homework than your capacity, and you will not have the time to play. So did you understand? So don't take too much and don't take less. It's just have to you just have to be present. You just have to be following your divine path, your divine timing, your own track. Don't look at others' track. Just follow your own track. Then only you will reach your destination, your soul destination. Because you don't know from where, how the other souls are evolving, what is their background, what is their lifetime. You don't know. Just follow your track. Just try to understand your own lifetimes. Just try to understand your own soul evolution. That will be better for you. Okay, this was all about the identity of consciousness. And then the other thing which I have to say is, so when you finish now, I talked about the harmonic universe 4 thing. Okay, so just for the example, I have talked about the harmonic universe 4 thing. So now, if you are now, let's take the another example of how this process will happen, this activations will happen. So when you are in the avatar identity of consciousness. So for example, when you have finished the initiations of avatar identity of consciousness in this lifetime, and then you have activated the avatar identity of consciousness. Now here the avatar identity of consciousness is not the avatar which everybody talks about. No, not that. There are like 2 different types of avatars. There are so many different types of avatars, by the way. But then let's just the 2 distinctive avatars. I'll talk about that. So one avatar is the ultimate avatar, the source consciousness which is coming and saving everybody. That avatar, that is a big avatar, capital A avatar. Okay. So now the avatar, the individual avatar, I'm talking about here. I'm talking about the individual avatar identity of consciousness. So every soul have the avatar identity of consciousness. It's not just okay, one avatar, somebody is coming and saving the entire world. So that is a different concept. And here, and what I'm talking is your identity of consciousness. When you do listen to the 15-dimensional time matrix video, you'll understand what I'm saying. So there I have mentioned the harmonic universe 4 is avatar identity of consciousness. So this avatar identity of consciousness is the avatar with the small a. Okay, this avatar identity consciousness everybody has, and everybody have to activate in their own soul evolution. Everybody goes through that. Okay, there are no exceptions. So suppose you might think somebody is Rishi, somebody is ascended master. Only they are very special people. No, they are it's just soul evolution they are going through. So you will also reach to that point when your soul evolve to that level. You will also get a chance of a Rishi avatar, and you will also be merged into the source. Everybody is going through the same thing, but then it depends on the soul evolution. One day or the other, everybody will reach to that place. It's just the soul evolution. So you might think, okay, this is some special. Nobody is special. Everybody are equal in the divine eyes. You might think that way. Okay. So why they are special? Because they are already completed a lot of process, and their soul is evolved that much, and then they are incarnate with that evolved divine consciousness again. That's why they might appear special to you, or somebody who is not awakened, and unawakened people. So unawakened people might look at the lifestyle and look at the things about the awakened people, and they might think, oh, these people are like a little bit special, and so all the miraculous things and supernatural things are happening with them. No, it's just the soul awakening, soul evolution. So it's just the other people who are there in the 3D, they are sleeping, and because your soul maturity have reached to a certain extent that now you are ready to rise up, and you are ready to be awake, and now you are awake. And sometimes some people will say that, oh, the 3D people they are not awake, and no, they will also get a chance. So don't differentiate, don't judge, because everybody in the same path, and everybody will reach to the same goal, ultimate goal, that is the source. They have to get liberated and they have to be merged. But then is the timing is different because of the soul evolution which is going through in them. So some souls will be new souls, so they will be starting from the whatever they are doing. Okay, some souls will be very old souls. They have already seen so many lifetimes, and they have already done an ascension journey so many times in their so many lifetimes. That's why they are here. Okay, so this is what about these souls. And now here the avatar identity of consciousness. So once if somebody is Initiation means they are getting initiated. They are stepping into the starting point of that consciousness. So if I'm saying the initiation of the avatar identity of consciousness, it means the starting step. You have started the journey of that consciousness. You have started and you have stepped into the harmonic universe 4. Okay, so then then the concept comes about the activations and integrations. I'll say it in 3 words: initiations and activations and integration. Okay, so this 3 process will happen in every identity of consciousness. So now here initiation means what? When does the initiation of one particular level of consciousness happens? So this thing I'll discuss in the next video because it's already been 1 hour. So in next video of the Rishi identity of consciousness, we'll continue it as a series. In next I'll discuss about how this initiations and activations and integrations will take place, and we'll talk a lot more about Rishi identity of consciousness. I'll tell you everything about it, and do let me know in the comment section below what all experiences you experienced as a Rishi or Rishika, or what all experiences, what all questions you have or doubts you have regarding this in the comment section. Okay, I will continue in the next video in this series of Rishi identity of consciousness. So thank you so much for tuning in. Sri Ramaraksha Sarva Jagataksha Sri Mata Namaha.